and call me for complaints.
How's your Don Draper?
It's usually pretty good.
Yeah. Do you have some Kodak moments? Do you?
I did, yeah. The most recent, I mean, new business it's a whole different animal.
Yeah.
And we pitched the Bronx Zoo about a month ago, and that was very Don Draper work to the point where I took my family out to the zoo because I'd never been there, and that they asked us to pitch it.
Yep.
I have a friend. This is also like the most important thing. Any person getting into the industry needs is networking is the most important thing. Knowing people. And one of my portfolio school friends from 20 years ago, we kept in touch. He worked a lot of cool agencies. He's trying to get into directing now. He's an art director by trade, wants to direct. And he lives in New
HR
York. And
director
it's
does
like,
not want to do that.
I know. It's like what copywriter doesn't want to write TV scripts
Right.
or like, movies. But he's like, I called my friend and I was like, hey, we have an opportunity to pitch the Bronx Zoo. I want to make a video. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. Are you around this weekend? And I'll pay you a couple bucks. And can you shoot my family while we're there? So we did this whole like starting in his apartment in New York, getting on the train, taking the train to the Bronx, walking through the zoo video.
Yeah.
Um, didn't know what we were going to do with it, but I knew the footage was going to look cool. Decided after seeing the footage, wrote this whole long script thing with voiceover, had somebody read it, and I'm like, this is not right. This is too many words. And then remembered this a movie scene from Ferris Bueller's where he's at the museum.
Yep.
So sent that to the editor and I go, make this. And then I wrote wrote a couple of sayings, just very minimal copy that came up just to move it along. And so we used that as part of the pitch. That informed then the strategy for the creative work that we showed. And then I also did a very like slideshowy thing. So they had already seen my family, they had already met them. So now I'm already like,
Nice.
they're like, oh wow. And our whole thing is make it personal, make them feel like, all great work has to connect on a personal level. And yeah, so they had seen it. So by the time I was presenting the campaign, I mean, people were tearing up.
That's brilliant.
It was for the zoo, but it was it was
Yep.
the idea that we came up with while watching this footage of my family was, it's animals bring us closer to each other. So it's
Right.
like when you see an animal with your little kid, it
Yep.
actually provides an opportunity to talk to them. And the older you get, I actually borrowed a line from The Office that was, I wish somebody told me we were in the good old days while we were actually in them, something
Right.
like that.
Yeah.
So that was like the thematic, and then that led to the work. So that was the most recent Draper moment where it was like
Nice.
you just kind of could tell as we were going, and I kind of knew in my head, I'm like, these are the notes that are gonna really hit.
Right. It's funny.